You're listening to the Radcast, a top 25 worldwide business podcast. If it's radical, we cover it. Here's your host, Ryan Alford.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the latest edition of the Radcast. It's Friday, August 11th. Our weekly marketing and news on your number one marketing and business podcast in the U.S. What's up, my friend Chris Hansen?
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good.
Happy Friday, bro.
Just ready to drop the news, baby.
The number one.
Missed it last week. We're at a trade show. I mean, you know, I'm rocking the Vaycay polo today. I mean, I haven't worn like a polo shirt. I wear t-shirts and jeans. I've got my Vaycay polo on. I'm feeling jazzy.
I love it. Yeah, you got to work once in a while. We got to go to shows once in a while. We can't do podcasts.
I know. Last week, missed, I think, my first, not doing the news episode, maybe in 3 years. It felt a little weird, but it was good. We got to play an episode of Sean Whalen, one of my favorite episodes, Lions Not Sheep. I said it last week. I don't always agree with everything Sean says, but I sure as hell believe in his approach and his just foundational, chutzpah to put it out there.
Yeah.
So hope you enjoyed that. And of course, we're talking news today, baby. You, how's Miami?
It's beautiful. That's actually cooling down. I don't want to say cooling down, but we've had a breeze lately. So
that's good.
I'll take what I can get.
I'm ready for my September visit. Waiting for the humidity to cool off a bit, so I'm not like a walking sweat ball.
It's a steam room outside right now.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Steamy. It's steamy in South Carolina as well. You
hot and wet.
Well, I mean, the first article that hit the radar this week, you know, sometimes things seem self-serving and sometimes they are, but this did hit the radar. And the article comes to us from Adweek, Why Podcasts Have Become a Source for Reliable News Coverages. It says audiences are turning away from traditional news sources due to sensationalism and extreme viewpoints in broadcast news and declining trust in printed media. Podcasts have seen a 45% increase in downloads around news and reliable coverage. Not surprising, my friend.
Not at all.
That's why.
I mean, we've talked about it before.
I know. I mean, it's like you when you're watching the news, I turn it on, and the moment I do it, I kind of okay, let's see what's happened locally or whatever. And whether it's local news or national news, I can feel the spin doctor. Yes. You know, whatever it is, and it's both sides. There's no one's safe in this lashing.
No. The only time I think I've got the news on is if I'm in a hotel and it's like you said, local or national. I'm just maybe because we're marketing guys, it's so blatantly obvious to us, but it just gives me a kind of an icky feeling.
Yeah.
It's not feel good.
Yeah. I can't take what you're saying serious, even if you're making a good point, when I feel like you're completely spinning it.
Yes.
And it goes both ways. God, it's even Fox News now, man, is so obvious, some of the shit they do. And, you know, I consider myself an independent. I think some of my business leanings and beliefs probably go right. And some of my personal beliefs, but I'm squarely in the middle as far as I don't wave a banner or a flag for either one. It's more just fundamental beliefs. But damn, even Fox News fucking drives me crazy. It's
it's too much division. It's just negative all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just tired of it. So I just choose to not participate.
But it goes on to say, listeners seek unbiased and factual information from news podcasts, valuing authenticity and trustworthiness. News podcasts provide diverse perspectives and detailed information, leading to engaged, leaned-in audiences who often listen to multiple episodes consecutively. We would be just fine if they replay the Radcast consecutively.
I would love that.
Because look, everybody needs their business and marketing news. You know, you don't want to just hear about, I don't know,
war,
the next earthquake.
Yeah.
What's the, you have a go-to show besides obviously the Radcast?
Not really. Well, actually, Patrick, Bet, David, Valuetainment, I like them a lot. Obviously, he's a business guy, so I think, I can't take newscasters seriously. It's like, that's all you've ever done. You're an actor. Like, I want to hear from real people that are just like doing this for no motivation. Someone that's not sponsored by Pfizer, ideally.
Yeah. And it's funny you say the actor thing. There's a few local guys in New York and then even around here some that I love that are good guys, good people. And then there's a few that I've met that it's totally like they're an actor. Exactly like you said. And some of them don't ever turn it on, off. I mean, like I'll meet them like, dude, just shake my hand and act normal. Like you're not selling me.
You're not reading a teleprompter right now. Like chill.
Yeah, is there a teleprompter behind my head?
Yeah.
While you're talking to me, telling you scripted exactly.
It's
what
uncomfortable to watch now because it's so inauthentic.
Yeah. I don't believe. That's the thing. That's the scary thing. I mean, that's why everybody's like, "Oh, everything's going to hell." Like no one knows what to trust, what to believe. It's like we're gonna need the robots. AI is gonna have to be the one to like feed us the news so that it has no slant whatsoever. Like
non-biased. Yeah, no emotion. You need emotion removed.
Just bullet points. Today it rained 1.4 inches. There was absolutely no car wrecks and no issues, but it did rain 1.3 inches.
I'll take that. Give me the data.
Instead of the weatherman like acting like he's blowing sideways with people walking next to him
in a canoe in 6 inches of water. Like, all right, dude. I think at this point, people have seen clips like that, the behind the scenes, and they're like, okay, this is all kind of sensationalized,
Yeah. If it bleeds, it leads. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
But it is all that. Like, that's almost why I don't watch the local news. It's like a tragedy, someone died, or how bad the weather is. Like I can tell you, I said
to someone yesterday, like, when's the last time you saw a positive? Like some guy rescues puppies, and I follow pages like that. There's one called, I think, Tank's Good News on Instagram. It's like feel good stuff where it's like, all right, I like this. Give me something to make me feel happy about. Like there's some goodness.
Our next article also comes from Ad Age. PepsiCo's Flamin' Hot puts fans in stunt cars for hair-raising Fast and Furious auditions. The campaign drew 10,000 hopefuls over many months, but only one took home a Fast X-inspired card. Are you a Flamin' Hot kind of guy?
I am not.
That sounded weird.
I am definitely not.
Yes.
Not a big flaming guy. Prefer a little bit more mild taste.
Yes. I could go a few different ways, but Flaming Hot, the brand. Do you like you like hot stuff? Like the chips, Flamin' Hot?
No. I like flavor and a little bit of, if it has like a little spice, but no, I can't. I just taste hot.
Yeah. All right. I like certain things. I think they've gone a little overboard. I'm not gonna drink. Yeah. They had a Mountain Dew that was Flamin' Hot. I kept trying to find one to taste it on the Radcast and couldn't find one locally. But I guess Pepsi, I'm imagining this might be their Mountain Dew because Mountain Dew's part of Pepsi. So I don't know if like it's all part of the same thing or if Pepsi's come out with Flamin' Hot. I just don't, if you're trying to drink something like your whole throat's on fire, I just don't know why that's fun.
That's not appealing to me. Like if it's on food, hot sauce, sure. But like, I don't need a spicy beverage.
Yeah. I'll say this from a branding standpoint though, the tie-in for Pepsi and Flamin' Hot, Fast and Furious, like it all plays into this machismo brand. I can eat the hot stuff. Yeah. I can go fast. So it's a nice brand play. Yes. It makes sense. And 10,000 hopefuls. I'm like, where do these people come from? They're sitting around waiting for like these kind of contests and stuff. So it's like,
that's what I literally thought when you read it. I'm like, 10,000 people. Like, I've never heard of this campaign. That's where I'm like, where is this even? Like, where do these people hear about this?
Yeah. So, I never got into the Fast and Furious franchise though. I have not watched a single one of those movies. If someone's listening, is going to DM me.
Ever?
I'm going to get DM'd. You've fucking seen one of those movies, man? They're awesome. Like, yeah, I haven't. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you're missing out, dude. At least the first 3, I definitely was a fan of. But I don't know. They're on like 7 or 8 now. I don't know.
You like Vin Diesel?
I can't particularly say I'm a huge fan, but dude, I remember, I think I was in middle school when it came out, and I just thought the cars were so cool, and I just was into it, you know?
God, they've made a lot of money on that franchise, though.
A lot.
Like your whole career gets made by that, like that sort of thing. You take on like its own persona, like it gets popular, and then you get 1,200 sequels and action figures and everything else. You talk about marketing machine, like that whole thing.
Yes.
Once something takes off and has that kind of arms and legs to get into other things, I mean, and just here's a perfect example. Pepsi's tying into that. You know, they're getting a pretty check from all that integration, and then they get more awareness for the next movie. Yeah. Borrowed interest, baby.
Compounding, just ride the wave.
Compounding, borrowed interest, all in the Ryan Offer marketing playbook. But even Pepsi does it. It's the largest brands.
They must have stolen it from you.
Did. They saw what I did for Coke 15 years ago. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
They, I actually like the CMO of Pepsi a lot. I'm forgetting his name, and I feel bad, but he's a really cool guy. Their marketing, I think, is better than Coke's, but I agree. I like Coke, the product, better. Just sort of, it is what it is. You know, you're either a Coke or a Pepsi guy or girl.
True. Or they or them.
Don't even go there. Flaming hot. I'm going to jump to, the sponsor of the day, which is Vaycay. Always. We got a couple new products. Been talking about, I used this before I came into the studio. No shit. My tennis elbow, I worked out pretty hard. The old man went hard today, Chris. And
love that.
My tennis elbow was flaming up, and you got to cool it off with the CBD full spectrum roll on, about 4 times stronger than anything else on the market. 4,000 milligrams. Peppermint scent. You get the cooling effect, and then you get the numbing effect. I'm in the numb zone right now. It's numbed out. I'm in pain-free, sitting here working hard on this show. Luckily, I didn't have to do any curls. I was sitting here.
I'm definitely going to throw some on my neck later. I did a little back workout yesterday, and I'm feeling a little tense, so I'm definitely going to be utilizing that.
Get your masseuse to rub it in.
I know.
But
Jennifer, help.
If you've been looking at my stories, you've seen the latest, the greatest, our mushroom gummies, the mood-boosting mushroom gummies. I'm holding a limited edition version that's not even hit the shelves yet. It's strawberry. Right now we got pomegranate and lemon available at takeavacay.com. That's Vaycay, the only way to take a vacay. And getting some good reviews. The natural way to relax, Chris. It calms you down. You still have a good day, but you're not in outer space. That's the key.
That's what we're all about.
Yep. Telling earlier, like enough of the ingredients that you feel it, but not too much that you get the anxiety or the issues that come with it. So we recommend half a dose of one of these guys. You'll thank us for it. Relaxes you in a natural way. Takeavacay.com. Learn about all of our products. We've got some new videos coming up from a podcast episode we recorded, talking more in depth about the ingredients. So you can also listen to that podcast that Chris and I do, the Vaycay podcast, Vaycay, on Apple, Spotify, Google, Amazon, anywhere you're listening or choose to listen. And if you want to just, bump around and listen to the show 4 times, but on 4 different platforms, we won't hate you for it. It helps our numbers. We got to get those ratings up, baby.
Got to beat out the traditional news. We're coming for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Fox.
Traditional news isn't going to talk about Vaycay. I mean,
no, they will not. They'll sell you some veggie fruit capsules maybe, but no Vaycay.
That's right. Shit that doesn't work. We're taking the alternative out of alternative wellness at Vaycay.
That's right.
Well, on the Radcast last week, we had Alex Urban. If you're in e-commerce, you're trying to get ahead, go listen to that episode. All the shortcuts, the blueprint. He's an amazing guy. He was the former chief marketing officer at Lions Not Sheep. He took them from $60,000 in revenue to $20 million in revenue.
It's huge.
True genius in the space, and very down to earth. Hope if you haven't seen that, that's going to be an evergreen episode. A lot of what he talks about. We had a really nerdy conversation, Chris. It was two marketing dudes getting geeky a little bit for a second. Had to rein us back in.
I like that.
But
I like that.
He was awesome. Good guy. Now the founder of Pele Crystal Jewelry. Go check that out. It's got some crystals on there, man. The crystal thing. You know, Spencer Pratt's a good friend. Spencer and Heidi, they've got Pratt Daddy, and we've helped them with some marketing stuff, and they crush it. This guy's in. I'm like, do we need to be in crystals or something?
I think we do. I mean, I have some sitting right behind me, and I know some people in the business that do very well, like you, and maybe we need some Vaycay crystal collection.
It kind of plays, right? The Vaycay
I think it does.
Collection. It brings the chi.
Some bracelets, maybe. Yeah. Balance your chakras.
Hey, you know, I could put some in. Maybe get
good accessorizing.
AP could put some of our crystals in there.
Vaycay AP collab. We're ready for it. Holler at us, AP.
Yeah. Give us a call. We're ready. We'll let you have first dibs before we even hit the market.
Yeah.
But next week, Devan Kline, he is the founder and CEO of Burn Boot Camp. Hey, talking legit, dude. He was intense and awesome. And I told him I was going to go work out at the gym. I haven't done that yet. I need to go get a burn in. It reminded me. Have you seen their stuff before? Burn Boot Camp, like that blue logo and stuff. It's gotten pretty.
I haven't seen it.
It's got to be like one of the faster like boot camp places.
I would imagine there's got to be one in Miami.
Oh, for sure.
I just haven't. There's a Barry's across the street, but I have not seen.
Oh, yeah, Barry's Boot Camp. That was New York.
Yeah.
That's where that started. Barry's is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But Devan's crushing it with Burn Boot Camp. He's a good marketing guy as well. Enjoyed talking with him. That's next week. And we'll be heating up with new guests. Cameron, my new assistant, is about to be rocking it. She's going to be bringing in all the big timers. She's sitting here like looking at me like, I'm going to kill him. The pressure's on, baby.
No pressure. Yeah, no pressure.
Yes. So keep tuning in to your number one source for marketing and business news. Thank you on Apple Podcasts. We appreciate it. We had over 700,000 downloads in July. We're kicking off August hot. So stick with us. We appreciate it. In some other news, I like this. I love it when digital brands use traditional media. Inside TikTok's out-of-home marketing approach as it expands further beyond mobile. The social media platform has partnered with several digital media networks to push large and outdoor digital campaign. It's so fascinating to me, you know, as much as like we think, I mean, everything is online, but we still live in IRL in the real world. So you're still driving around and doing shit. And outdoor boards still work, people. Reach and frequency, baby. You know how you reach people? It's the thing that they see. They're driving every day. They see the billboards. You make an impression. And even TikTok. You know TikTok's gone mainstream when they're on an outdoor board.
I mean, I feel like they're making a run at YouTube.
Yeah, oh, for sure. YouTube's kind of like almost like another stratosphere, but
it's a staple in everyone's rotation for sure.
But what TikTok is doing is they're carving out. It's kind of like, you know, I did my whole piece on Thread Lightly with Threads. Threads will never be a mainstay app. I don't think it'll go away. I think there's too much money involved and people will use it, kind of dabble. It'll get its own specialty uses, but it's not going to be a mainstream like top 3 app like Instagram, like Facebook. And now what TikTok's done is they're carving out a seat at the mainstream and not just, you know, a contemporary, you know, kids app or something. It's way bigger than that. And so, and when you start running outdoor boards, that's my heart like sings a little bit. Cause people like to go, traditional media is dead. You know, traditional media is, well, you know, unless people are dead, it's not dead because people are still driving around. Now the newspaper's dead.
Right.
Other than online. Cause I'm not going to buy the newspaper because I can get my news source everywhere else. But as long as I'm still driving around and there's signs on things and messages. It's
very much alive.
Yeah.
I mean, I drove by a bus stop yesterday, and the ad just said, boring ads still get attention. And I looked at it, I read it, and I'm like, all right, proof's in the pudding. They're right. They got me.
I posted on LinkedIn today because a girl posted an article, like, I forget what it was, and I made a response. I'm like, look, we've been trying to convince ourselves in the digital age here that awareness doesn't matter, that you can just run an ad with an offer and a deal and people will buy it. But if people aren't aware of you, if they don't have intent and you haven't built a relationship with the brand or familiarity, and that takes reach and frequency. Reach, the number of people that see your message; frequency, how many times they see it, to build and push people down, whether you want to call it a funnel, a cycle, whatever the hell you want to call it. I don't care what your mechanism is. Where awareness matters. And this is what TikTok's doing. They know they're getting more mainstream, but they want it to stay in your head. They want you to go, oh, there's TikTok. Okay, I need to get back in the app, you know? Mm-hmm. And they get more reach and frequency and an out-of-home presence and getting just people that aren't online all the time. Because they've got that capitalized. They've got the 13 to 27 market. Like, those people are online. But as they try to move into that, 35 to 65 range, I mean, that's a big range, but you got to hit them where they are. Yeah. Now, they might be on their phone texting and driving. That's another problem. But, none of us ever do that, especially me. Never. That shit's scary, though. You know how many people you see doing that? Like, I was like driving this morning into work, and I was like, there's like 6 people on their phone. I'm like, how are everybody not bumper carring?
Dude, when you're on the interstate and you look at the car next, you're going 80 and the guy's staring at his phone. You're like, good Lord.
I don't know how it's not bumper car
we're
central.
All guilty of it. We're all guilty of it.
I do it sometimes. I'm really good at it, Chris. I'm not worried about me. I'm worried about everybody else.
Exactly, right? It's never going to be me. It's everyone else that's the problem.
But I admit to doing it, and none of it's okay. But I like to think I'm not that guy that's like, I'm going through a busy intersection and, like when he clearly should be paying. The one time he should be paying attention.
I've seen dudes swiping on Tinder on the interstate, and I'm like, can you not wait till you get home, buddy?
Clearly not. Like, swipe left.
Literally, it's like,
oh, am I right?
I've gotten a lot better about it.
Is right or I'm married. I've been out of that game for a while. Is right or left good? Or is right or left yay or nay? Right is yay. Okay. Left is nay. Which I'm not even on it, but I had my time. No more Tinder for you.
College.
You graduated to better apps.
Yeah, there's better ones out there now.
Is it, a little more farmers. What's it called?
Farmers only. Yeah,
I knew you'd make it up on there eventually. Look at that tree in the background. You're a good farmer.
Find me a nice farm girl.
It would be perfect for you.
Go grow my own food, and all natural.
Oh boy. I just looked at the to get to some social media holidays here. Today's National Sons and Daughters Day. I'm like, my kids it's National Sons Day every day around our house. Like, I mean, as kids don't need anything else. What else? Like, Sons and Daughters Day. It's like, this is the most woke day of all time. It can't just be sons. It's got to be sons and daughters.
I'm surprised it's not 2 separate days, honestly.
I think I'm 99% sure there are separate days, but they had to combine them too.
So they did a combo day
this
too.
This is Hallmark, man. Hallmark's planning this shit. They want us to buy another card. Yeah. I'll be damned if I buy my kid another card for Son's Day.
Yeah. Spoiled rotten. They don't need that. They go to Dave and Buster's every week.
Hey,
every week is son-daughter week.
It's legend status at the Alford House. I'm waiting on my gold card. Yeah. Dave and Buster's should be listening. They should be sponsoring this damn show. How much I spent?
They should.
Chris, you've been there. You've seen that bill rack up. You know what I'm talking about.
I've seen you run it up. You guys go in on a mission, and it's no joke. You're competitive family. I respect it.
Yes. So, the 13th is International Left-Handers Day. Some of the shit that gets celebrated is dumb.
It's dumb.
Anyway, finally today, Taco Bell takes Taco Tuesday victory lap by offering to pick up the tab. Taco Bell is teaming up with DoorDash to pick up the tab on taco orders placed with participating Mexican food vendors on an upcoming Taco Tuesday. It follows the chain's successful petition to pressure Taco John to relinquish the Taco Tuesday trademark, which they successfully have done. They can now talk about Taco Tuesday, thanks to LeBron James and Taco Bell. Are you a big Taco Tuesday guy?
I love tacos. It doesn't have to be on a Tuesday, but I mean, every day can be taco day for me. I love them.
True. There's not really a bad day.
I don't want to limit myself. No,
it's fun just saying Taco Tuesday though.
It is
Taco Tuesday.
I didn't know someone had a trademark on it. That's interesting to me.
Yes, they do. Taco John's.
Don't ruin the fun for everybody.
Taco John's has a trademark.
Let the people have what they want.
Yes, exactly. So be on the lookout for that. You'll get free tacos at any of your local places. It sounds like, not just Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Speaking of somebody that does good marketing, I always love their shit. They're always getting
they've always done great. In my mind, still, I think Yo Quiero Taco Bell, that little chihuahua, 15, 20 years ago, still sticks in my mind.
Run for the Border, I liked. I can see why it's not still in play.
I don't recall that one, but I like that.
It was Run for the Border. That was their tagline.
That was pre-current times?
When the bell first came out, dong, it was like Run for the Border. That was
I love that. It's fucking awesome. So good.
Then they scrapped it.
Right.
I might disrespect them.
How to be a little bit more politically correct nowadays.
Yeah. And the point was they were the border. Not that literally, but I'm sure someone scared them out of that.
Yeah, of course.
So they didn't want anybody building up a wall in front of their store. You don't need them getting in the way of their tacos. There you have it. Short and sweet news segment for today, everyone. It's still a little bit in the summer. Some of the more exciting news starts to come later as some of these brands, all the brands, CMOs and everything else is going on, come off vacation. Everybody starts waking up and suddenly everything happens at once. We had a few Tesla and Elon Musk news, which we'll share next week. There's a few other things I'm going to talk about with him, but I'm building up my point of view. I want to see what he does here. He's taken X. The rebrand. I think he's got something planned, and I think there's a reason he's doing this. So he's carving out a new category. Guy's too smart not to. I don't know if I completely agree with throwing away all the equity that he had in Twitter, but at the same time, if anyone's going to do it, he can. I don't think nobody's leaving over the brand name.
Right.
But we'll talk about that next week. You know where to find us, theradcast.com. Search for all of today's content. Of course, our sponsor, takeavacay.com. Plant-based premium wellness products right to your door. Straight from Chris and I. We appreciate everyone that listens. For Chris Hansen, live in Miami, I'm Ryan Alford, your host. We'll see you next time. The Radcast.
To listen or watch full episodes, visit us on the web at theradcast.com or follow us on social media at our Instagram account, the.rad.cast, or at Ryan Alford. Stay radical.